What happens when the very voice they thought they controlled suddenly disappears? When the one they assumed would always explain, always argue, always prove, chooses to vanish instead? That's when the ground under their feet starts to shake. Because silence is not weakness. Silence is power. And the moment you embrace it, everything changes. They never prepared for your absence. They prepared for your reaction. They prepared for your words. But silence is the storm they didn't see coming. It unsettles them. It exposes them. It strips away every illusion of control they once held over you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Silence is the living proof of that. It is the declaration that you no longer give them entry into your emotions. It is the refusal to let anyone feed on your energy, and that refusal flips the balance of power instantly. This video will show you exactly how silence turns the tables, not by accident, not by chance, but by choice. Each of the 8 lessons you're about to hear is a weapon forged from Stoic wisdom and sharpened by self-mastery. If you have ever felt disrespected, overlooked, or underestimated, this will be your blueprint to rise above. Before we continue, I want you to claim this truth right now. Drop this in the comments. My silence terrifies the unworthy. Now let's begin. Number 1, silence makes them lose control. Epictetus warned us, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And this is the essence of silence. You become untouchable because you no longer give them what they crave most, your reaction. People thrive on control. They feed off your responses, your arguments, your explanations. Every word you give them is fuel. But when you go silent, the fuel line is cut. They are left stranded with nothing to feed their ego. Their confidence crumbles, their certainty dissolves, and their mind turns against them. Suddenly, the one who thought they had control is pacing in circles, replaying the past, wondering what you're thinking, fearing what you'll do next. They can't read you, they can't predict you, and that mystery becomes their prison. The hunter becomes the hunted, not because you attacked, but because you stopped giving them access. And here's the brutal truth. Silence doesn't just confuse them, it exposes them. It shows how much they relied on your reaction to feel powerful. Without your words, they are forced to sit with the emptiness of their own actions. That emptiness terrifies them, because it reveals just how powerless they really are. The next time you feel the urge to respond, ask yourself, am I giving away control or keeping it? Then choose silence. Watch how quickly their confidence begins to crack. Number 2, silence turns your value into gold. Seneca once wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." And nothing creates craving like silence. When you remove yourself, when you stop handing out your time and energy so freely, your worth multiplies. Think about it. When you were always available, they never had to question. They never had to fight for your attention because you handed it to them on demand. But silence flips the script. Suddenly, your voice, your presence, your energy becomes rare, and human nature always works the same. What is rare becomes valuable, and what is constant becomes ignored. Your silence is not emptiness, it is scarcity, and scarcity awakens desire in ways words never could. They start to replay old conversations. They revisit the memories they thought they could always return to. They scroll through old messages, hoping to feel your presence again. And with every second you stay quiet, the craving grows. Here's the truth most people miss. Silence doesn't just make them miss you, it makes them respect you. Because it proves you're not desperate. It proves you are not theirs to command. Your silence shows that you are the prize. And when someone realizes they no longer have easy access to you, the dynamic shifts. You stop being an option. You become a loss they can't ignore. Guard your presence like treasure. Stop giving constant access. Make them earn it. Because when you give yourself freely, you're taken for granted. But when you choose silence, your worth is stamped in gold. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. My silence multiplies my value. Number 3. Silence proves you don't need them. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, and nothing proves your strength more than silence. When you stop chasing, stop explaining, stop justifying, you send a message louder than any words. I don't need you to survive. I don't need you to define me. I am whole without you." They expected you to fold. They thought your identity would shatter without their approval, their attention, their presence. But when you stay silent, you destroy that illusion. You stand tall in your independence, and it terrifies them, because the moment you show you don't need them, you gain all the power. Dependency is chains. Silence is freedom. The one who doesn't need is always stronger than the one who clings. And when you remain silent, you reveal this unshakable truth. Their absence doesn't break you, it builds you. Understand this clearly. Silence is not just about them hearing nothing. It's about you choosing to live fully without asking for permission. Every day you grow, every new discipline you master, every piece of progress you make in silence is proof that your life expands without their involvement. And while you build, they crumble under the weight of being unnecessary. Replace reaching out with building up. Every time you feel the urge to break silence, redirect that energy into something that strengthens you. Read a book, train your body, start a project, grow your skill. Let your silence be filled with growth so undeniable that when they look back, they realize they lost someone unstoppable. Number 4. Silence earns respect they never gave you. Epictetus once said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Why? Because the one who stays quiet does not beg to be understood, and in that silence you command respect. When you refuse to chase, when you stop explaining, when you pull back with dignity, you become untouchable. They may not admit it out loud, but inside, respect grows. Not the fake kind born of fear or manipulation, but the real kind that comes from recognizing someone who refuses to lower their value. Think about it. Nobody respects the one who begs. Nobody admires the one who can't stop pleading for attention. Respect comes to the one who can walk away with head high, without needing applause, without needing closure, without needing validation. And that is exactly what your silence creates. The less you give them your words, the more they are forced to remember your worth. Silence forces them to see you as someone with boundaries, someone who cannot be toyed with, someone who values dignity above cheap approval. And once they see that, you no longer look small in their eyes. You look powerful. Respect isn't something you demand, it's something you command. And silence is the battlefield where that command is proven. Every time you feel the urge to explain yourself or beg for clarity, stop and ask one question. Does this raise my value or lower it? If it lowers your value, stay silent. Because every silence you keep is another brick laid in the wall of respect they will one day be forced to acknowledge. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. My silence commands respect. Number 5. Silence flips the power dynamic. Seneca declared, No man is free who is not master of himself. Power does not belong to the one who shouts the loudest. It belongs to the one who needs the least. And when you choose silence, you take back control. They thought they had you. They thought you'd always come running, always explain yourself, always give them reassurance. But when you stepped into silence, the ground shifted. Suddenly, they are the one waiting, wondering, doubting. The hunter becomes the hunted. The one who thought they held power now feels powerless. Why? Because silence reverses roles. When you don't react, you take away their control over your emotions. When you don't explain, you strip away their ability to manipulate your words. When you don't chase, you make them chase. This is not cruelty. It's balance. It's the natural law of power. The less you give, the more they want. The more you hold back, the more they lean forward. They thought they owned your attention, but your silence proves that you are the master of yourself, and they are left scrambling in the chaos of their own thoughts. Stop reacting. Don't answer every call. Don't reply to every message. Don't give them the instant gratification they expect. Every moment you stay in control of your emotions is a moment you tighten your grip on power. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I hold the power because I control myself. Number 6. Silence creates space for your healing. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts, and nothing improves the quality of your thoughts more than stepping away from the noise." Your silence is not just a message to them. It is medicine for you. When you remove yourself, you reclaim the one thing they could never give you, peace. Distance clears your mind, heals your wounds, and strengthens your spirit. While they sit trapped in doubt, replaying the past, you're rebuilding brick by brick, transforming into someone stronger than before. Your silence becomes the shield that protects you from their chaos, and the forge that shapes you into something unbreakable. Absence is not only about making them miss you. It's about giving yourself the chance to breathe, to grow, to rediscover the parts of you that got buried under their neglect. This is where you realign with your purpose, sharpen your discipline, and rise above every pain they caused. When you use silence as healing, you don't just recover, you evolve, and the version of you that walks back into the world is untouchable. Use your silence intentionally. Journal your thoughts, train your body, meditate daily, and focus on goals that matter. Instead of wasting energy proving your worth to them, pour that energy into proving your worth to yourself. Every moment spent in silence is an investment into the stronger future you're building. Number 7. Your silence forces them to reflect. Epictetus once said, "People are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them, and nothing disturbs the mind more than silence." Your silence becomes a mirror they cannot escape. Every unanswered call, every ignored message, every quiet second cuts into their confidence and forces them to ask questions they never wanted to face. They begin to replay everything they did, the words they said, the moments they wasted, the arrogance they carried. Without your voice to drown out their guilt, their mind becomes their punishment. They start to wonder, did I push too far? Did I lose something irreplaceable? Were they stronger than I thought? And the answer is yes. They realize your absence is not emptiness, it is power. You see, people can argue with words. They can dismiss explanations, but they cannot run from silence. Silence lingers. It creeps into their thoughts at night. It burns when they scroll through old conversations. It whispers when they see reminders of you. They thought they had you figured out, but now your silence has turned into the sharpest question. What if they never come back? That uncertainty is what breaks them. Stay consistent. Do not break your silence with weak moments or mixed signals. The more you hold the line, the deeper their reflection becomes. Let your absence force them to confront their actions and their loss without rescue. Number 8. Your silence proves you chose yourself. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." And the highest act of strength is not begging for someone to see your value. It's choosing yourself even when they didn't. Your silence is not just absence. It is a declaration. It is the moment you say, "I refuse to settle. I refuse to shrink. I refuse to be disrespected." They thought you'd fight for their attention. They thought you'd lower your standards just to keep them. But instead, you disappeared, not out of weakness, but out of self-respect. Your silence says louder than words ever could. I am done explaining. I am done chasing. I am done giving my soul where it is not valued. And once you decide this, you rise above them. You become untouchable. Your silence proves that you no longer seek validation. You are the validation. It proves you no longer need their presence. You are complete on your own. It proves you no longer beg for love. You embody it within yourself. And when someone realizes they lost a person strong enough to walk away without looking back, their confidence shatters into fear. Write down your new standards today. Decide what kind of love, respect, and treatment you will accept, and refuse to bend for anything less. Your silence has already proven your strength. Now, back it up with unshakable standards that protect your worth forever. This is the moment you take back your power. Every time you stayed silent, every time you refused to chase, every time you chose yourself over approval, you were not weak. You were building an unshakable fortress around your mind and heart. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, and that strength is yours. It has always been yours. Remember, silence is not absence, it's dominance. Absence is not emptiness, it's authority. Every action you take from now on must honor your worth. Do not allow anyone to bend you, belittle you, or steal your peace. Stand tall, walk with dignity, and let your life shine louder than any explanation you could give. Your silence has already turned the tables. Now let your life prove it. Take action today. Write down your boundaries, uphold your standards, and never compromise your value. Train your mind, fortify your emotions, and embrace the freedom that comes from choosing yourself first. Your power is in your control, your presence, and your refusal to settle for anything less than what you deserve. If this video lit a fire in you, I want you to hit like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who needs to reclaim their strength. And remember to drop in the comments your affirmation. My silence is my power, and I will never give it away. Let the world feel your strength without you saying a single word.